Hello, I'm Nick Maclean. I'm the Managing Director for CBRE Middle East region. This is a report we've done in respect of the expansion, the global expansion of retailing across the world. And what we have done is talk to a little over 300 retailers representing operations in just over 200 cities in 60 countries. And what we tried to get to the bottom of is where is the current and the future trend for international retailing. And what we've tried to determine is how much representation of these international brands is there on a country-by-country basis, city-by-city, and where over the next 3 to 5 years are the primary target markets for expansion of these retailers, and which retailers are going to expand outside their current operating markets. It's intriguing that Dubai retains its position as the second most important retailing hub globally, behind London, which also retains its position. More importantly, I think perhaps, is that Dubai is also within the top 5 locations for retailers to expand their opportunities. And the reasons for this are primarily the success that Dubai has had in growing its tourism numbers, 10 million last year, and a significant forecast and targets set by the government for 20 million tourists by 2020. What this means for international retailers is that Dubai provides a great opportunity for growth in spending. It's also probably uniquely a springboard on a regional basis for experimenting with new markets for retailers. So there are all sorts of opportunities which retailers see here, not just now, but in the future. The other key opportunity is that retail space in Dubai is built to a very high standard. And one of the key findings of this report is there's a global shortage of high-quality retail space. That's not the case in Dubai. For us, I think that retailing is all about international exposure for retail brands. And as international travel expands, then there's an expectation amongst shoppers that they see similar retail brands to those they've experienced during travels in their home markets. So for retailers' expansion, the international availability of air transport and the importance of Dubai's air transport hub is clearly going to be very important. So if Dubai is successful in its bid to get the 2020 Expo, that actually makes Dubai an even better location for retail expansion. The Middle East region as a whole comes in as the third most important expansionary region for all global retailers. That's very important for Dubai because almost invariably the first point of entry to the Middle East region is via Dubai. So that's good news for those brands which are not here at the moment. There are some specific highlights also which affect other countries within the region. Muscat, for instance, comes in for the first time as a key target, a top 20 target for expansion of brand representation. Abu Dhabi is shown as a very important city for the future development in a top 10 position for shopping centres going forward. And both Kuwait City and Riyadh are shown within the top 20 in terms of key representative marketplaces here. So it's relatively good news for the region as a whole. For me sitting here, I think the most interesting information related to Central and Eastern Europe, with 3 countries, Romania, Russia and Poland, being very high on the list of expansionary territories for retailers. I think if you delve behind the report though, some of the interesting factors which lead to new retailers coming in is the availability of accommodation. And if you look at those 3 countries, new space within their key cities is driving the entrance to the country of new retailers. And I think that's why we see quite a lot of development of retail space in Abu Dhabi. I think one of the most interesting things about the report is that retailers suggest that there's a global lack of retail space around the world. And here we see plenty of demand. Dubai has retained its top 2 position in terms of representation, but it's also a top 5 position in respect of new retailers wanting to enter the marketplace. So from a retailer's perspective, the people who make the decisions, there's no shortage of demand for accommodation here, and we see developers delivering new pipelines of availability going forward. And with events, as we discussed, the Expo and the drive to increase tourism, no, I don't think we're anywhere close to saturation at the moment.